What is up? Before we go into this tutorial of Adventr, I think it's best to answer the question of why it even matters.
Think about how music has changed. You used to need a massive studio and a band just to record a track, but then software came along and suddenly one person in a bedroom with a laptop can produce a masterpiece. And we're now at that exact same moment, but for video. Before, if you wanted to build a game or a movie, you needed a team of developers or a film crew. But now, you can sit down with absolutely nothing, no footage, no assets, no code, and leave with a fully playable game or other type of media. This is Adventr, the imagination engine that unlocks your creativity.
And my goal today is going to be to prove that statement by creating a voice-powered trivia game from scratch within minutes. Keep in mind that this simple trivia game is just a small sample of what all is possible, a hello world to really show you the ropes, but I do think it is the perfect way to help you understand the Adventr workflow. So, let's get into it.
When you first open the software, you aren't met with a confusing blank screen. You start here, the prompt box.
And this right here is how we can get our ideas out from our heads and into the engine instantly. So I'll go ahead and tell Adventr exactly what we want it to make.
So I'll go ahead and type, I want a voice-powered trivia game about the history of film. When I hit enter, the AI will act like a creative partner. It'll even ask for context if needed. Like we see here, it's asking me how many questions would I like, and I'll go ahead and say 10.
And it could ask other questions too, but this back and forth just ensures that Adventr isn't guessing, but will make exactly what we want it to make. So once we confirm all this, Adventr gets to work.
And once that is done, we can see our project's first version fully built out. Now, what we're looking at here is the canvas, and it's where we can see the flow of our project build. Think of this as the map of your project, and Adventr has built out the whole game. We have our intro video node where the game starts, signified by the play button here, the question video node that shows all of our questions, and the ending video node for the final results. You'll also notice Adventr automatically built the brain of the project. It's added a conditional action tile to track the progress and a logic system to handle the scoring.
If you were trying to code all this, it would take a lot more time and it would be a headache, especially if you've never even done anything like that. And Adventr just did it in seconds.
So again, this right here is a video node, and each of these nodes contains one video segment.
So this single node right here, it could represent an entire hour-and-a-half movie, or it could just be a 10-second part of a game that's just leading to another video clip. Now, to find out what's actually in this node, we can double click on it to see all of the assets.
All these blocks are video segments, which we can compile with layers of images, buttons, audio, or even more videos. If you've used Premiere, Resolve, or CapCut, or anything like that, this should be very familiar. You have your timeline, preview window, and properties.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and customize the visual look of our game.
As you can see, our timeline right now is populated with the placeholder footage, but let's swap that out for something fresh. We can upload our own footage that we may have created for this project by clicking here, or use the built-in generative tools by selecting the AI Generate tab right at the top.
In this tab right here, you're gonna have access to all the top AI models for images, video, and audio generation. So whatever you're thinking about wanting to create, you can do it here.
For this example, I'll select Google's VO model, type a prompt for a cinematic shot of a film projector, and then generate. Once it's done, I can just right mouse click and select Add to Timeline, and we can see now that it's ready to be edited however we like.
Now this next part right here, I would say is very important because this is where Adventr differs from all other video editors.
Now you can see we also have these two text layers in our timeline for the text on screen, being the description and the box that says Start. If I click the text that says Start, you'll see in the properties there is a clickable option and it's checked.
This means that this text layer is now a clickable button for players to interact with.
On these settings, we can also see what video node it will go to when it's pressed, if any logic is set up with this button, or if any sound effects should be triggered when selected. Now, since we prompted this game to be voice powered, we can also see the Smart Listen Prompts option.
Now, this is something very special and it's only available within Adventr.
Clicking this opens a window where we can tell Adventr what words it should listen for to activate this button. Adventr's AI has already predicted what players might say, such as start, begin, or let's go. You can see Adventr does a pretty good job of figuring out what triggering phrases should be here, but you can always add your own phrases too.
Now obviously you're gonna want to play your experience to test it out, and while we're in the editor view, I can play the footage that's just within that individual node, but if we go back to the canvas, I can click the play button here to play and test out the entire game from the beginning. So once we see that everything works great, the next thing we're going to want to do is share.
So we'll go ahead and select the publish button, and doing this will give us a link. With this, people can now play our game on web, Twitter, Telegram, mobile, and even TV.
So hopefully you understand more about the power of Adventr. It's fast, it's intuitive, and it breaks down the walls of traditional video. I mean, think about it. We just went from a blank slate to a fully functional, voice-powered, interactive game in minutes. And also, this tutorial was just going over the basics, just a general overview. Dive into Adventr yourself, make something dope, and peace. That's all I got.